In a world where words flow endlessly, across conversations, texts, and social media posts, how often do we pause to consider their true power? Imagine if the words you chose each day could build or break, influence or alienate, inspire or discourage. Would you choose them more carefully? The Stoics taught that the art of communication isn't about saying more, it's about saying what truly matters. Intelligent people, those who've embraced Stoic wisdom, understand this. There are some things better left unsaid. But why? How can a few simple phrases hold so much impact over your personal growth, relationships, and peace of mind? Today, we'll uncover 9 common statements that, when avoided, can transform your outlook and interactions with others. These aren't just phrases to sidestep. Each represents a mindset that can either limit or liberate you, from the belief that something is impossible to the habit of giving up. Each of these thoughts carries a weight that we may overlook in daily life. By the end of this exploration, you'll see how these small changes in language can shape a more intentional, Stoic-inspired way of living, one grounded in resilience, growth, and clarity. Stay with me until the end, because the final insight we'll discuss isn't just powerful. It has the potential to reshape how you approach each day. Now let's dive into the first thing that an intelligent person never says. I already know that. 1. I already know that. What if I told you that claiming, I already know that, could actually prevent you from learning? It's one of those phrases that might seem harmless at first, but it creates a wall between you and deeper understanding. When we say, I already know that, we close off the possibility of learning something new, of refining what we know, or of understanding a familiar concept from a fresh perspective. In Stoicism, there is a constant reminder that wisdom lies in humility, in recognizing that no matter how much we know, there is always more to learn. Why do we feel the need to claim knowledge? Often, it's an instinctual defense, a way to assert control or display confidence. But what happens when this confidence becomes arrogance? Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, taught that it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. By this, he reminds us that true wisdom isn't in knowing everything, but in being open to new insights. Intelligent individuals understand this deeply. They approach every conversation, every moment, with curiosity. They don't just passively accept what they know, they seek to challenge it, to deepen it. Consider this. When was the last time you dismissed someone's advice because you thought you already knew it? Perhaps a friend was trying to help, or a colleague was sharing a new approach to a task you thought you'd mastered. What did you miss by shutting down the conversation? The Stoics encourage us to embrace the beginner's mind, approaching each experience as if it's entirely new, as if there's something hidden that we might have overlooked before. This mindset isn't just about learning, it's about connection. When you listen with genuine curiosity, others feel respected, valued, and understood. This creates a space where ideas flow freely, where mutual respect becomes the foundation for deeper relationships. An intelligent person also understands that knowledge is multi-layered. What you know today may take on a different meaning tomorrow. Life is constantly changing, and so too is our understanding. Wisdom is a journey, not a destination. So the next time you're tempted to say, I already know that, ask yourself, what am I closing myself off to by saying this? Is there a nuance here that I haven't considered? In embracing humility, you open the door to endless learning and growth. In the words of Socrates, I know that I know nothing. This statement isn't an admission of ignorance, but a celebration of intellectual humility. Imagine the depth of knowledge and experience you could attain if you approached each moment with this mindset. Every conversation, every experience becomes a chance to learn, evolve, and understand more fully. By reframing your response to, I already know that, you foster a mindset that's adaptable, respectful, and eager for insight. You might discover that wisdom is less about collecting facts and more about learning to see familiar things anew. In this way, intelligent people embody the Stoic virtue of wisdom. They remain lifelong students, humble enough to know they've never fully arrived. This openness is the foundation for true intelligence. Are you ready to let go of "I already know that" and embrace curiosity as your guide? This small shift could transform not just your conversations, but your entire approach to learning and growth. Now, let's move to the next powerful phrase to avoid. That's impossible. 2. That's impossible. When was the last time you faced a challenge and thought, "That's impossible"? Did that thought stop you in your tracks, convincing you that there was no point in trying? The Stoics teach us that limitations often exist more in our minds than in reality. Saying, "That's impossible," not only restricts potential, but also shuts down our creativity. Intelligent individuals understand that by framing a situation as impossible, we've already set ourselves up for failure before even beginning. Why is it that the word impossible holds so much power over us? It's often a reflection of our own self-doubt, our fear of failure, or perhaps the comfort of not stepping outside our familiar boundaries. But Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic emperor, reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This wisdom teaches us that the very obstacles we face are not barriers, but paths to growth. Every time we resist calling something impossible, we open ourselves up to potential solutions and new perspectives. Intelligent people, those who align their lives with Stoic principles, ask questions rather than make conclusions. They may ask themselves, "What if there's a solution here that I haven't seen yet?" Or, "How can I reframe this challenge to see it as an opportunity for growth?" By simply posing these questions, they transform a mental roadblock into an open path. Saying, "That's impossible," stunts this kind of thinking and limits their ability to approach the problem creatively. Instead, intelligent individuals focus on what they can control, which is their mindset and the small steps they can take toward progress, no matter how uncertain or incremental. Think about the historical figures who achieved the impossible. The Wright brothers, for instance, faced widespread skepticism about their ability to defy gravity. Imagine if they had accepted "That's impossible" as the final verdict. The same is true for many groundbreaking achievements in science, art, and philosophy. What made these individuals different wasn't a lack of obstacles, but a refusal to let those obstacles define their limits. Intelligent people recognize this pattern, seeing what others deem impossible as an invitation to explore, experiment, and persevere. In Stoicism, there is a concept that our perceptions shape our reality. When we perceive a task as impossible, we lock ourselves into a fixed mindset that prevents us from exploring possibilities. But when we instead ask, "What can I do with what I have now?" we unlock new avenues of thought and action. This reframing empowers intelligent individuals to move forward with resilience, knowing that even the smallest effort can lead to unexpected breakthroughs. It's not about removing the obstacle, but changing how we view it. Another reason intelligent people avoid saying "that's impossible" is that they understand the growth mindset. They know that abilities can be developed with time, practice, and perseverance. Instead of focusing on fixed limitations, they ask themselves, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can this challenge make me better?" By embracing challenges, they cultivate resilience and self-belief, which are essential Stoic virtues. Every time they choose not to declare something impossible, they strengthen their capacity for growth and adaptability. Finally, saying "that's impossible" can create a sense of defeat that radiates outward, affecting relationships and teamwork. Imagine working alongside someone who continually labels challenges as impossible. It creates an environment of negativity and stifles innovation. Intelligent individuals recognize this and strive to inspire others with a can-do spirit, approaching each challenge as a team effort. By focusing on collaboration, they foster an atmosphere where everyone feels empowered to contribute. To the Stoic mind, the idea of impossible is less a fact and more a reflection of our limitations in perception. Every obstacle is a chance to grow, to rethink, and to push the boundaries of what we previously believed. Intelligent people know that by removing "that's impossible" from their vocabulary, they open the door to possibilities they may never have considered. Are you ready to let go of the idea of impossibility and adopt a mindset of resilience and creativity? Let's move on to another phrase that limits growth. I don't need help. 3. I don't need help. Why do we resist asking for help, even when it could make all the difference? Many of us see it as a sign of weakness, a blow to our independence. But Stoicism teaches that humility, the recognition of our limits, is a form of strength. Saying, "I don't need help," is more than just self-reliance. It's a refusal of growth and connection. Intelligent people know that seeking help isn't a sign of incapability. Rather, it's a wise decision that leads to better outcomes, deeper relationships, and greater self-awareness. When we say, "I don't need help," are we truly being honest with ourselves? Or are we allowing pride to stand in the way of progress? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, reminds us that human beings are social animals made for cooperation. Stoicism emphasizes that we are inherently interconnected, and by acknowledging this truth, we can find strength in unity. Intelligent people realize that when they ask for help, they aren't just gaining knowledge. They're building relationships based on trust, respect, and mutual growth. Consider this. When we reach out for assistance, we're opening ourselves to fresh perspectives and insights that we may not have otherwise considered. Stoicism teaches that wisdom comes from many sources, and intelligent individuals understand that each person brings unique strengths to the table. When they seek help, they aren't diminishing their own abilities. They're enriching their understanding and fostering a more holistic view of the problem at hand. In the end, they know that growth is more valuable than the illusion of self-sufficiency. Pride is often the biggest barrier to asking for help. The Stoic practice of humility encourages us to confront this pride, reminding us that no one is immune to error or above learning from others. When we adopt a mindset of humility, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable. And in that vulnerability lies a quiet strength, the kind that builds resilience and fosters genuine connection. Intelligent individuals know that by dropping the facade of self-sufficiency, they gain access to a collective wisdom that can drive them forward. In a team or community, refusing help can create disconnection and even resentment. Think about how powerful it feels when someone trusts you enough to ask for your input. When intelligent people seek assistance, they empower those around them, acknowledging their strengths and valuing their perspectives. This collaborative mindset creates a positive atmosphere where everyone feels valued and respected, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. By avoiding "I don't need help," they contribute to a culture of shared responsibility and open communication. Asking for help also prevents burnout. Intelligent individuals understand that independence is valuable, but shared effort can create balance and prevent overload. They recognize that there's no benefit in shouldering every burden alone, especially when collaboration can yield better results. In Stoicism, balance is a core principle. By accepting help, one maintains equilibrium, allowing time and energy for what truly matters. When intelligent people choose not to say, "I don't need help," they embody the Stoic virtue of interconnectedness. They understand that by accepting help, they're not just solving a problem, they're strengthening bonds, fostering growth, and nurturing a mindset of continuous improvement. Imagine the potential you unlock when you see every challenge as an opportunity for collaboration. As we continue, let's look at the next phrase intelligent people avoid. I'll do it tomorrow. 4. I'll do it tomorrow. How often do we delay thinking, I'll do it tomorrow? It's a form of self-deception that comforts us in the moment, yet it slowly chips away at our progress and potential. In Stoicism, time is one of our most precious assets, one that we cannot regain once lost. Intelligent individuals understand that saying, I'll do it tomorrow, doesn't just delay a task. It erodes discipline, weakens resolve, and creates a habit of procrastination that is hard to break. Why is it so tempting to put things off? For many, it's the desire to avoid discomfort or the challenge of starting something unfamiliar. But Stoicism teaches us to embrace discomfort as a path to growth. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, warned of the dangers of deferring actions, reminding us that each delay robs us of momentum and opportunity. Every moment we put off a task, we invite distraction, anxiety, and a backlog that only grows. Intelligent people recognize this trap and instead choose to act immediately, seizing the present moment to maintain control over their time and energy. Consider this. What task have you been putting off lately, and what would happen if you started it now? Procrastination is a thief of progress. When intelligent individuals avoid saying, I'll do it tomorrow, they are not just getting things done, they're building a habit of self-discipline. Stoicism emphasizes the power of habit, teaching that our actions shape who we are. By choosing action over delay, intelligent people reinforce their resolve and cultivate a proactive mindset that propels them toward their goals. Moreover, delaying action often weakens motivation. Have you ever noticed how the longer you wait to start something, the more daunting it feels? Intelligent people understand that even small steps taken today can spark the momentum needed to finish a task. By taking immediate action, they prevent tasks from becoming overwhelming. They know that each day is an opportunity to make progress, however small, and that waiting only intensifies the mental resistance to getting started. In relationships and career, reliability is often built on follow-through. Imagine how it feels when someone says they'll help tomorrow, yet tomorrow never comes. In Stoicism, fulfilling one's commitments is a matter of integrity. When intelligent people say, I'll do it tomorrow, they risk breaking the trust others place in them. Instead, they act now to reinforce their reliability, understanding that integrity isn't in words, but in actions. Stoicism reminds us that we must make the most of the time we have, for it's fleeting and beyond our control. Saying, I'll do it tomorrow, assumes that tomorrow is guaranteed. Yet, an intelligent person understands that this is far from certain. They act today, knowing that by making the most of the present moment, they can live a life of purpose and achievement. In the end, intelligent people avoid procrastination not just to accomplish tasks, but to build a life of intentionality and purpose. As we move forward, consider how this proactive mindset contrasts with another phrase that can limit progress. That's not my job. 5. That's not my job. In life, how often do we draw lines around what is ours and what is someone else's responsibility? The phrase, that's not my job, reflects a narrow mindset that intelligent people avoid, for they understand that growth often lies just outside the bounds of comfort and duty. Stoicism emphasizes that we are all part of a greater whole, encouraging us to go beyond individual roles and serve the broader community. When you say, that's not my job, what are you actually communicating? Often, it signals a reluctance to take initiative or a fear of overextending oneself. Yet, intelligent individuals know that stepping beyond their job description can enrich their experience, improve their skills, and even advance their careers. The Stoic sense of duty teaches that when we see an opportunity to help, we should do so not for recognition, but as an expression of integrity. In doing so, we contribute to the well-being of others and to our own growth. Consider a time when someone went out of their way to help you, even when it wasn't their responsibility. How did it make you feel? When intelligent people embrace tasks outside their immediate role, they create a culture of generosity, respect, and collaboration. Stoicism reminds us that duty is often about going the extra mile, not because it's easy, but because it's right. When individuals approach work and relationships with this mindset, they build a reputation for reliability and cooperation. In the workplace, saying, "That's not my job," can damage team dynamics. Imagine being part of a team where everyone refused to step in when needed. The Stoics valued the concept of interdependence, understanding that each person's contributions support the whole. Intelligent people avoid this phrase because they know that shared goals require shared efforts. By helping others, they contribute to a team culture where everyone feels supported, ultimately leading to greater collective success. Furthermore, intelligent people realize that new responsibilities are opportunities for growth. They ask themselves, "What can I learn from this task?" Or, "How might this prepare me for future challenges?" By approaching every duty with a sense of curiosity and openness, they expand their skill set and enhance their adaptability. This is a Stoic approach to personal development. Each task, no matter how small, can contribute to a larger purpose when approached with the right attitude. In personal relationships, saying, "That's not my job," can create barriers. Relationships thrive on mutual support, and those who only do what is expected risk creating distance. By stepping beyond what is strictly required, intelligent people foster connections based on generosity and trust. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in service to others. By embodying this principle, they enrich their lives and the lives of those around them. Ultimately, intelligent people understand that by avoiding, "That's not my job," they're embracing a mindset of flexibility, collaboration, and purpose. They know that each opportunity to help is a chance to grow and to live more fully within the interconnected world that Stoicism envisions. Now, let's explore the next phrase intelligent individuals steer clear of: I give up. 6. I give up. How often have you encountered a challenging situation and felt the urge to throw in the towel? Saying, "I give up," might bring temporary relief, but it undermines growth and resilience in the long run. In Stoicism, perseverance is a core virtue. Intelligent individuals understand that challenges are the very things that shape and strengthen us. Instead of yielding to difficulties, they choose to see them as stepping stones toward self-mastery. When faced with obstacles, intelligent people don't ask, "Is this too hard?" Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can this experience make me stronger?" This shift in perspective empowers them to transform adversity into opportunity. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, taught that difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor strengthens the body. Intelligent people internalize this wisdom, viewing each struggle as a test of character. In refusing to give up, they cultivate resilience and adaptability, qualities essential for long-term success. Imagine the impact of resilience on every aspect of life. What would change if you stopped giving up and started persevering? Intelligent people know that temporary setbacks are just that, temporary. By choosing persistence over defeat, they ensure that every obstacle becomes a lesson, every failure an opportunity to improve. Stoicism teaches us that growth lies not in avoiding hardship, but in facing it with courage and composure. When intelligent individuals encounter difficulties, they remain steadfast, knowing that perseverance ultimately leads to success. Moreover, giving up can create a pattern that extends to other areas of life. Have you noticed how once you start giving up on small things, it becomes easier to give up on bigger goals? Intelligent people understand that resilience is built through consistent effort, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. In Stoic philosophy, character is defined by our actions, especially when times are tough. By choosing not to give up, intelligent people reinforce their inner strength and develop the fortitude to handle greater challenges in the future. Relationships and careers often demand endurance. How many connections have been strengthened by overcoming conflict rather than avoiding it? In both personal and professional life, perseverance is often the key to achieving lasting success. Intelligent people avoid saying, "I give up," because they know that the most meaningful accomplishments require patience and determination. Stoicism reminds us that our actions, even the smallest ones, define who we are. By refusing to surrender, they build a life of purpose and integrity. At the heart of Stoicism is the belief that we are capable of more than we realize. Intelligent individuals understand this deeply, refusing to let temporary setbacks derail their progress. They avoid "I give up" because they know that persistence leads to growth, to wisdom, and ultimately to a life well lived. With this foundation of resilience, let's move forward to the next phrase an intelligent person avoids. That's unfair. 7. That's unfair. How often do we face circumstances and feel tempted to say, "That's unfair"? Life, as the Stoics understood, is filled with moments of unpredictability and imbalance. Intelligent individuals recognize that focusing on fairness can lead to frustration, resentment, and a victim mindset. Instead of lamenting what's out of their control, they channel their energy toward what they can influence, embracing the Stoic principle of resilience in the face of life's inherent imbalances. Why do we feel the need to declare something as unfair? Often it's a reaction to unmet expectations or comparisons to others' fortunes. But the Stoics would advise us to question, what do we gain by labeling a situation as unfair? Does it change the outcome, or does it simply heighten our dissatisfaction? Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on their internal responses rather than external conditions, intelligent individuals cultivate inner peace and adaptability. Imagine a life where instead of reacting to every perceived injustice, you choose acceptance and action. Intelligent people understand that complaining about fairness only wastes energy. Instead, they ask themselves constructive questions, such as, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values?" By reframing their thoughts, they find empowerment rather than frustration, growth instead of resentment. The desire for fairness often blinds us to the reality that life is complex and unpredictable. Stoicism teaches us to prepare for life's ups and downs, accepting that both are natural parts of existence. Intelligent individuals understand that fair and unfair are subjective perspectives, shaped by personal expectations rather than objective truths. Rather than clinging to a sense of entitlement, they embrace gratitude for what they do have, recognizing that inner strength and adaptability are the ultimate resources. Relationships, too, can be strained by a fixation on fairness. Imagine continually pointing out perceived slights or comparing your efforts to those of others. Such a mindset can foster resentment and hinder genuine connection. Intelligent people, guided by Stoic principles, avoid this trap. They choose generosity over rigid equality, knowing that relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding. Instead of tallying who has given or received more, they ask, "How can I contribute to harmony and unity?" The Stoic approach reminds us that life's unpredictability is not something to resist, but something to embrace. When intelligent individuals refrain from saying, "That's unfair," they cultivate resilience, gratitude, and a focus on what truly matters. They understand that while fairness is often beyond their control, their reactions are entirely within it. This awareness creates a foundation for a life centered on peace, growth, and self-control. Now let's explore the next phrase. Intelligent individuals avoid. It's not my fault. 8. It's not my fault. How often do we face a setback and instinctively think, it's not my fault? Blaming others can be an easy escape from responsibility, but intelligent people understand that deflecting accountability hinders growth. In Stoicism, taking ownership of our actions, even when the outcome isn't entirely within our control, is seen as a path to resilience, improvement, and self-mastery. Why are we so quick to shift blame? For many, it's a defense mechanism, a way to protect our self-image from perceived flaws or failures. But the Stoics would remind us that by blaming others, we relinquish control over our own growth. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea teaches that every challenge or mistake, regardless of who caused it, presents a chance for us to reflect and improve. When we say, "It's not my fault," are we simply avoiding the discomfort of self-reflection? Intelligent individuals know that progress comes from facing difficult truths about themselves. Instead of sidestepping responsibility, they ask, "What could I have done differently?" Or, "How can I learn from this experience?" By turning inward, they focus on the one aspect of the situation they can control, their response, and in doing so, they grow stronger and more self-aware. Taking responsibility doesn't mean shouldering unnecessary guilt, but rather acknowledging our role and seeking ways to improve. This approach empowers intelligent individuals to break free from the cycle of excuses. In Stoic philosophy, this is known as dichotomy of control, the understanding that we control our actions, but not the actions of others. Intelligent people focus on what they can change, letting go of what lies beyond their influence. By doing so, they create a mindset centered on accountability, progress, and adaptability. In relationships and teamwork, refusing to take responsibility can harm trust and unity. Imagine working with someone who never admits fault, constantly pointing fingers when something goes wrong. Such behavior erodes mutual respect and creates division. Intelligent individuals avoid saying, "It's not my fault," because they understand that accountability builds stronger bonds and fosters a collaborative spirit. When they take ownership, they lead by example, promoting a culture of trust and shared responsibility. Intelligent people avoid, "It's not my fault," not just because it's unproductive, but because it keeps them anchored to a growth mindset. They recognize that by acknowledging their part in any situation, they empower themselves to change, to adapt, and to ultimately control their own narrative. This approach aligns them with the Stoic values of humility, self-reflection, and continual improvement. With a firm foundation in accountability, let's now move to the final phrase intelligent individuals avoid. I can't. And 9. I can't. What impact do we have on ourselves when we declare, I can't? This simple phrase places a mental ceiling on our potential, signaling that we've already accepted defeat. Intelligent individuals, inspired by Stoicism, understand that limitations often exist only in the mind. Rather than focusing on what they can't do, they ask how they might approach challenges in creative, resourceful ways, opening doors that others might never see. Why are we so quick to say, I can't? Often it's rooted in fear of failure, discomfort, or the unknown. But the Stoic perspective invites us to confront fear rather than retreat from it. Epictetus taught that people are not disturbed by things but by the views they take of them. Intelligent people understand that when they shift their mindset from I can't to how can I, they open themselves to resilience, growth, and possibility. Consider a challenge you've labeled as impossible in the past. What might have happened if instead you had approached it with curiosity, asking, how can I make this work? This shift in language, from restriction to possibility, empowers intelligent individuals to see challenges as opportunities for creativity. In Stoicism, this proactive approach aligns with the virtue of perseverance, fostering resilience even in the face of uncertainty. By refusing to say, "I can't," intelligent people protect themselves from adopting a fixed mindset. Instead, they embrace what modern psychology calls a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through effort and learning. They view setbacks as lessons and adapt to challenges with the belief that they can improve over time. This mindset allows them to thrive in adversity, turning each difficulty into a stepping stone toward mastery. Saying "I can't" also creates an atmosphere of limitation, affecting not only oneself but also those around them. Imagine working in an environment where "I can't" becomes the norm. Innovation and progress quickly come to a halt. Intelligent people avoid this mentality, fostering a culture of resourcefulness and teamwork. When faced with challenges, they seek collaboration, approaching obstacles as a team rather than limiting possibilities with self-imposed restrictions. Ultimately, the phrase "I can't" contradicts the Stoic belief in our capacity to choose and act wisely. Intelligent individuals recognize that while they may not be able to control every outcome, they always have the power to control their responses and efforts. In choosing resilience and curiosity over defeat, they maintain a life of intentional growth and unshakable determination. Words shape not only how others perceive us, but also how we see ourselves. Each phrase intelligent people avoid: "I already know that. That's impossible. I don't need help. I'll do it tomorrow. That's not my job. I give up. That's unfair. It's not my fault. And I can't," reflects a mindset that limits growth, weakens relationships, or dampens resilience. By consciously choosing words that align with Stoic values, we cultivate a life grounded in wisdom, humility, and strength. As you reflect on these insights, consider which of these phrases may appear in your own vocabulary. How might removing them change the way you approach challenges, relationships, and even your own self-belief? The wisdom of Stoicism reminds us that mastery over words is mastery over the self. Each time we choose a constructive phrase, we take a step toward a life of purpose, clarity, and growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found value in these lessons, please share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more insights on Stoicism and intentional living. Together, let's continue to learn, grow, and strive toward wisdom and inner peace. Until next time, remember, true intelligence is not just about what you say, but about what you choose not to say.